Hello everyone, I'm Chih-Chi Lee. The topic I want to introduce today is abusive supervision and its negative effects, the improvement programs, and the psychological response of employees. One of the factors that influence employees' turnover is the leadership style of the supervisors. Appropriate leadership style can effectively motivate employees, enhance their psychological safety, and organizational performance. Abusive supervision results in many negative effects on the organization. The purpose of this study is to investigate the abusive supervision of Company K and the subsequent adverse consequences. First, let's introduce what is abusive supervision. Abusive supervision is employees perceive persistent hostile verbal and non-verbal behavior from supervisors that do not include physical violence. This kind of negative leadership behavior results in increased employee turnover, reduced job performance, employee retaliation, and impaired employee physical and mental health. When an employee is aggrieved, he or she likely to leave the company, further leading to turnover. A high turnover rate results in direct and indirect costs. Direct costs, such as loss of productivity, increased recruiting and training expenses, and indirect costs, such as lower team morale and loss of experience. Company K is one of the world's top 10 semiconductor packaging and testing companies. It is committed to developing testing plans for software and hardware, providing back-end process differentiation service. It's providing one-stop service for engineering, wafer testing, packaging service, and finished product testing to meet customers' product production needs in an efficient manner. It pursues maximum efficiency and provides the most cost-effective solution to reduce manufacturing costs and increase product volume for customers, and helps customers to capture the market with competitive price. And what happened in Company K? Alex is an employee who has been with Company K for 6 months, and his supervisor sometimes gets angry at him for no reason, and even yells and abuses him. The content often involves character attacks, and when agitated, he will even slap the table and scold. So that the high decibel volume often scares the surrounding work colleagues. In the process of blaming, sometimes his supervisor even invites other work colleagues to watch his blaming. All this makes Alex overwhelmed, as he was just being mistreated by his supervisor and didn't get any advice on the work process. Being humiliated by onlookers also made him feel ashamed, began to doubt his own abilities, and even thought of leaving this company. How to improve the situation? There are 3 improvement methods. It is divided into organizational level, supervisor level, and the employee level. The first is the organizational level. At the organizational level, how can the organization improve the current situation? What is the adjustment of employment standard? Organizations can train supervisor candidates from the supervisor selection process, selecting the right person to serve as a supervisor and ensure that the supervisor can lead employees in an appropriate management style. The other is build an appropriate organizational culture. The organization can create an organizational culture with social support, encourage employees to care more about their colleagues and provide assistance when necessary, so as to reduce the negative impact of psychological insecurity caused by mistreatment. The second is supervisor training. The most direct way to address abuse supervision is training supervisors who engage in hostile behavior. Make supervisors aware of the proper way to communicate and the negative consequences of improper supervision, and ask them to improve this behavior. Last one is the psychological response of employees. In addition to training for supervisors, there are also strategies that can be implemented from the employee side. When employees are not treated properly, they will inevitably have negative emotional reactions, which in the long run will affect their self-concept and make them think that they are worthless. This study recommends training that enhances employees' self-efficacy. The concept of rational emotive behavior therapy, often referred to as the ABC theory of emotions. The theory suggests that people are emotionally disturbed not because of the event itself, but because of irrational beliefs arising from their perception of the event. One of these irrational beliefs is the belief that one is worthless. It is advisable to try to use the concept of ABC theory of emotions to guide employees to change their irrational beliefs. In the case of unwarranted verbal abuse, the employees may initially believe that he or she is an incompetent person, which is why he or she is being verbally abused, further creating negative emotional feelings. At this point, we can teach employees to change their irrational beliefs into rational thoughts, such as, maybe I'm not that bad, or the supervisor personality is already bad. After further reflection, and guide them to look at the incident rationally and objectively. This leads to a stable emotional state. Talent is an important asset of the company. Based on past research and practical experience, it is clear that abusive supervision results in many negative effects on employees and even the organization. It will lead to lower job satisfaction, emotional distress, and physical and mental health damage, as well as lower organizational performance and even a high turnover rate. In recent years, the high-tech industry has been booming, and companies are short of manpower and eager for talent. The loss of talent represents the loss of company assets. Organizations should try their best to eliminate the factors that lead to the loss of excellent talent, and implement follow-up remedial measures to prevent more operational costs and hidden losses. This is my sharing today. Thanks for your listening.